Stella, I've got your groove right here!
Hi everyone, this is Triple T, and today I'm taking a look at Ocular Max PS-24 Incertus, or Groove, as I like to call him. First, let's look at the box, and you have a really nice illustration here of Incertus. I wonder what he will be inserting, and you have him transforming from leg to alt mode to robot mode. We will go the other way around today. And you have a little tech spec and a nice little bio. He comes with a little decoder for the bio. Yay, cool! And of course, a little collector's card. A bit of flimsy, as most times with Ocular Max, but still looks good. I like the design of them. And as always, a prime instructional booklet that you can follow step by step. Ooh, baby. Nice. He comes with 2 optional faces, and they are so small it's difficult to show you with good focus. But they are smiling and being angry, and both of them are showing teeth. He comes with a little nozzle for spraying things, I take it, or making noise, and you can just attach that instead of the hand in either hand. He comes with his side arms here, 2 of them. They don't really plug in, but they do the job. Yeah, the same thing here. And a little nice handgun that doubles as the backlight for the scooter mode. And for some reason you can turn this around. I don't know really why. And this you can turn down because you're going to lock that into place in the vehicles behind. Well, oh, that sounded so badly, sorry. And then of course we come to Incertus himself. And we're really going to insert ourselves into his greatness. There are so many people out there loving this bot, and I really struggle to see why. And I hope we can together find out why today, so I can be as happy about him as they are. But let's get up close and personal on him. Yes, I've already put stickers on him. You have a nice gold chest and crotch, and you have a nice face with a very wide nose and a chin that goes on for ages. Silvery shoulders, silvery arms, white hands. The exhaust pipes make a nice effect. The feet, in my opinion, looks atrocious. I mean, look at them. And we will go into their articulation in a moment, because there you will really see why I find them atrocious. But this is the back of him, and here you have the back wheel that's split in 2 right now, and you have a little lamp there probably, and you have his humongous backpack, and in my opinion it is a bit too high up. I actually didn't notice that until Pokelio just pointed that out to me in a comment. But for articulation, his head can go around. It can actually hinge up as well to sit like this. Then you have to angle this little piece differently, and I don't really have the patience for it. But when you angle it up, it looks like he has this little scarf. I don't know, I don't think this looks good, but you can, and you can turn it around, and he can look a bit up and a bit down, like he's ashamed of his feet. You should be. No, just kidding. This tends to pop out, unfortunately. Okay, I'm gonna push this down again because I like that better. His arms can do a 360, they can do a T. You have a very nice joint at the elbow, giving you almost full range. You have a bicep swivel. And you have rotating hands with thumb being on one peg there and the fingers just being curved and put on one little pin right there. They, however, do their job very well. You have an epic ab crunch here, so that's nice. And you can, of course, rotate him around, but when you go too far, it looks silly. But who goes that far, right? Now we come to the legs. You fold this little thing up, and you can actually make him go very high. Not magic square high, but still. And almost all the way back. And if you rotate the leg a bit on that thigh swivel, you can actually make it go out to the side, and it is strong enough to hold, even though it's just on a friction joint. And as already mentioned, you have a thigh swivel, you have a double jointed knee here, giving you the full range. Very, very nice. Very nice indeed. Now, trying to not hate this too much, so you can get an opinion of your own. First of all, these aren't tapped in anywhere, so they don't really stay where you want them to. You have a little panel down here that you should fold in, so they can actually rotate. I usually fold this up, so they will actually stay like that. Because if you don't, he still stands. That's where my brain stopped working. He still stands very nicely in different poses, even though his feet are this way. But it doesn't really feel like you are in control of what happens down here. But they do work. But they are kind of flimsy. And to be quite honest, even though they tilt and go up and down a bit, they feel a bit like they could have been better. That's what I'm saying. I'm not hating on it, but I'm not loving it either. Now for accessories, of course, you can open up his hands and put his little gun in here, and it's the usual tab in palm system from Ocular Max. This one's really sturdy. Close the hands around it, and he can shoot Decepticons to his heart's content. And yes, of course, you can still rotate this and fold this down and stuff like that. He's giving us the thumbs up. But if I want to get that hand out of there and push this in instead, he can now use his little nozzle. And of course, you have the in and out hand rotation I forgot to show you earlier, that you can use even here for this attachment. Yeah. If you fold out these in robot mode, you can take these and just plug them on, so he gets his little
Stand up, baby, stand up.
Cannons. But as you can see, they don't really tap in or hold on or stay put or, well. So there you are. Now he's fully armed up with everything he comes with. And you swap the faces out in a normal masterpiece fashion with just pulling the face off and putting it to the side and putting another face on there. And again, everything untabs. And now, he's a smiling groove. He got his groove back. Yes, I'm going to do that joke several times. The first comparison I will do is with Generation Toy Groove, the battle damage version, and I so like this version. It looks so good, and I like that you actually hid the wheels inside the legs. I mean, you can see them, but still. I really like this. This just looks like squares going all the way down, and that's not my preferred method of execution. But this looks really nice together. He has a bigger backpack, but it hides away better. So it doesn't really stick up above like this one's does. So I do prefer this one. Unfortunately, And of course, I have to show you the comparison with my new standard for combiner bots. And I know this is like $20 more expensive, but you can really see and feel the difference here. I did get a good price on him, so maybe I should compare to another price. You can just see what you get for. I think I bought him for 116, and I think I bought him for 137 or something like that. So I like them both, but the difference in quality and heft is just outstanding. Now let's bring in his brothers in arms, the Ocular Max team here. If I get my hotspot to stand. Yes, good. And they look so good together. Looking at Streetwise, it looks like his plastic is yellowed, but I don't think it is. It's just an illusion. But they look so good, and the faces are sculpted so well. These are the toy-accurate versions of the bots, and this is the cartoon, and that's the cartoon as well. So it is a bit different, but they were sold out when I started collecting this bot. I waited and waited because I wanted to just have one, but then they were so good I couldn't wait, so I bought them. These two came with this little, I don't know what that is, but a special gun, and it was the same for both of them. He didn't. Maybe that's because they want to fill out the price point, and he already got a lot of things. I don't really know, but still. And they do look good together. They look like a family of bots that's just gotten together after a long time apart. And when I don't focus on Groove's feet, I actually like the way he looks, even though the backpack is a bit high up. Now, to get him into alt mode, and trust me, it's an epic alt mode. You don't want to skip out on this if you buy him, because, wow. Let's start by hinging these arms backwards, like so. Just closing up the hands. You don't really need to do anything special with them, because there is room where they are going, so. Come to the back, unhinge this piece, and fold that together, like so. Do the same thing on the other side, and push that together. Come to the back, fold out this piece, so everything is just nice and, well, available. Now bring this piece up and onto the face, because you want to have this sitting like that somewhat. Now we need to just get it up and under. And to do that, we need to separate these sides. So pull this a bit to the side, and then pull the entire thing out. And now we come to the arm, turn this little hinge around, and just leave it out for now. Do the same thing with the other side. Oh, you have to turn this first. I always forget. Like that. I didn't like that sound, but that was my fault. So you get that down like that. Now we can fold the head around like it should. Like that. You want the head there. You can now hinge these up together like so, and you know when you have it right when the star is aligned both sides. Now we just fold the chest piece in like so, fold these pieces inwards, and now we're going to And be mindful, you need that tab to go in there, and this little two-eyed smiley face is going to be on the top. And then you press these in. When you've tabbed everything together, come to the lower part of the body and we will start getting everything ready for the legs. Loosen the sides and get these up. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hinges here and a little slider. You don't want to slide that out just yet. Open that up. Open that up on the other side as well. And now we can just fold this in with everything you have on it. If you think that the wheel is a bit troublesome, you can start by transforming the feet instead. Be mindful that you need this little thing out. Like that. Because the wheel needs to tab in the correct position. If it doesn't, everything just goes haywire. So you have niches here that are supposed to hit that, or at least one of them are. So let's try to get that in, shall we? Yes. No, I didn't get it, but I won't be sad about that. Anyway, you fold these out. Oh, I have to push everything together so it actually stays where it should. Like that. Turn that around. Now, push this down. You don't have to lock these in just yet, but they tend to lock in anyway. You have a lot of tabs on the shoulders and on the sides here that needs to tab in. And this upper one on one side is more difficult than the others, but that is how you want that looking so far. Now we need to hinge this leg, the wheel forward at the same time as we fold these forward, because when it's down, come on, push them forward like that. Now it's time to hinge the seat inwards and tab that in together. And you actually fold that down. There are tabs and slots everywhere here, so just tab that in like that. And when you're done, you take this and just tab the side in everywhere. Now we're almost done. You come to the underside of the vehicle, and if these little tabs here, I don't know if you see them, hasn't gone into the wheel, press them in now, fold these around and just tab them on to these exhausts. Hinge this a bit back, and if you want storage, it sounded like I said porridge, but I meant storage, you can just, this comes loose, separate the back, push the handle in up there and just tab everything back if you're able, like that, and then just tab everything in again. And now we actually have him in alt mode. Let's get up close and personal with this one. This is a really, really nice bike, I must say, or motorcycle, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not a car or motorcycle guy, so I don't really know the word for it. It may be a scooter for all I know. But we have some nice lamps here, headlights, rolling wheel, and you can actually rotate this around. You can fold these down so they look realistic as well. They are on ball joints, so that's very nice. And you have some indicators here, dials and stuff. No, not dials, but still, indicators. And you have a really nice hood here, a long love seat, or whatever you call it, and a little backpack with turn signals and stuff like that. And the gun is just too cute here, in my humble opinion. So this is what he looks like from the side. Very epic. This is what he looks like from beneath, from above, from behind. And yes, you have the crutch here, but otherwise you don't really see the robot mode here, which is very, very nice. These can, of course, be filled in if you want that look going for it, but I think that just creates a too big a gap, so I usually don't fold them in, but let's have them filled in, shall we? You don't have any real articulation except that you can tilt this little box form of feet up. You can fold this little stand out. You can, as I said before, rotate this around. And, of course, rotate them on that little ball peg they're on. And they are really nicely illustrated, or decorated, I should say. So, this mode looks really, really good. I like it. It's the best alt mode for Groove ever, I think. Even the brakes are really nicely done here. They are still, well, the wheel goes around. Yeah, really, really nice. Now, I'm not going to transform my generation toy Groove due to the fact that he is so brittle. I will transform him for a later date review, but I try to do it as few times as possible, so please bear with me on that one. So, for comparison, did I fold that in again? Yes, I did. For comparison, here he is with MPP10, and even though this is oversized, this is too big. Would I have liked a larger bot and smaller vehicle? Yes. But mass shifting is a very difficult thing to do if you're not drawing a cartoon, that is. Before we leave this mode, we have little pegs here that you can fold out, and you can now put these on, and they don't really tab in again or stay put, but you have the option, and now he can just go shooting Decepticons or people in the way to his heart's content. Now for the last mode, which is the leg mode, I'm gonna fold that in, take these off, fold those back up, and we're going to separate things here, because we need to separate the seat, firstly, separate and, not untab everywhere, hinge them out on these hinges here, so they leave room for the wheel. And we're going to do the same thing with this piece here. Like that, you fold that out to the side, and again, you fold this down like you're going into robot mode, and you're tabbing it into the side like so. Now we are ready to receive the wheel. That sounded strange. I'm gonna fold the little handles down, and I'm going to put these in. Now this tab that tabbed into the middle now tabs into the outside here. If you can align it in the correct position, that is. There. Things don't really stay tabbed in on my copy for some reason. I don't know why. Of course, you should take out this gun as well. So let's separate things and just pull this out. And now you have this port for the foot. Don't push the camera. And that is his leg mode. I think it's the easier leg mode of the two in this Protectobot set. and maybe even the most good looking. I don't know. To fasten everything, you need these out to the sides, or into the sides. So you need to do that as well, of course. Otherwise, this is his leg mode. And now I haven't gotten this tabbed in as it should, so it isn't rotatable anymore. So, there you have it. And now I don't have another leg mode to compare him with. I'm sorry, I've totally forgotten how to transform Streetwise, so I'm going to save that for when we combine these together. Now for my conclusion. There are a lot of things about this bot I really like, and there are things that I don't really like, unfortunately. Do I think he's the best rendition of Groove ever made? No, that position goes to the Generation Toy version of him. But he does look good, and I do like the smiling face. The feet and the legs don't really look as I want them, and the backpack is a bit large, but as you can see, you can pose him quite well, and he is sturdy, and it's quality through and through. Of course, it's an Ocular Max, and looks-wise, I knew what I was getting myself into when I bought this, and I'm going to have him mostly in combined mode, so those aspects of him doesn't really matter to me. I really like him, but his masterpiece score compared to other masterpieces can only be 7, because you could have some die-cast in him. He's a leg bot, for instance. The legs do look a bit on the plasticky, squarey side, and the feet just bothers me to no end and back. But he is a good bot, and still a recommendation if you want the combined mode of Ocular Max's Maximus Pro. But I guess that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care.